Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be reacting to this video that I've seen a bunch of other channels reacting to. It's kind of like a little challenge on a Jubilee video to see if I can spot a fake black belt. The video is called 5 black belts versus 2 fakes. And I guess the way it works is the real black belts have to try to identify the fakes, and if they can guess who they are, they win money. I haven't seen this yet, so I'm going to see if I can guess who the fakes are. And this is all from the perspective of a blue belt. And as you can see, I do have a blue belt. I just kind of wear this at all times because, you know, I don't want people to think I'm a white belt. That would just be ridiculous. All right, let's just jump right into it here. Buy their merch. Content warning, the stunts in this video were performed by trained martial artists with supervision of a medic on set. Please do not try this at home. Well, I guess they're performed by trained martial artists, but 2 of them aren't trained martial artists, so they better not be doing any stunts, or else I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh! Oh!
Wow, off to a great start. Damn.
He brought together 7 black belts.
I feel like the flexible one already is just like that's gonna be a real one. Oh, I saw an APD. That's gotta be jiu-jitsu guy.
2 of them are liars. If the group discovers both liars, they'll split a cash prize.
I wonder how much the money is.
If any of the liars survives, they win.
Like, are they giving out real money for this? Is this good money?
You're supposed to go sit on the line.
Oh, they're not wearing their keys now.
For 8 years, I do Taekwondo.
I'm Jessica, and I also do Taekwondo for about a decade, more than that.
My name's Keith Hudson, and I've been training for 6 years now.
See, I'd be asking the Taekwondo people to show me some kicks right away.
I've been training for like over 10 years now, and I do Kaji Kimbo. I came on here to like bring representation to the style.
Kaji Kimbo. I don't know what that is.
15 years. Taekwondo, 3rd degree.
My name
Another
is
Taekwondo.
Casey. I have been doing Hapkido for 9 years.
My name is Anthony Cruz, and I've been doing jiu-jitsu for about 10 years.
Yeah, my boy. Anthony, let's go.
Yeah, I was next.
I'm rooting for you, buddy.
I played a lot of fighting games as a kid. Hitting stuff. One day, I kicked the table. Mother was furious. She was like, "You have to take this energy somewhere else." And the next day, she enrolled me in.
Believable story.
When we were all online, Andre was talking to himself, and I think he was going over his head to make sure he's not going to miss a cue.
I love this guy's key. I already know he's legit.
I was like, I want to join like karate, like what, not kung fu.
My dad was a black belt. I got indoctrinated when I was 5. Go.
That was a short
To
one.
like learn self-defense.
From this girl. What's her
Aikido
name?
When I was younger, I want to join like karate, like what, not kung fu.
My dad was a black belt.
Karate.
I got indoctrinated when I was...
Is that how you say it? I don't even know.
I love karate.
She probably knows better than I do.
5. Go.
My dad put me in it to like learn self-defense.
My dad did Aikido when I was younger, and I said that I wanted to be like him.
Dad didn't want
They kinda
me to be a ballerina, so that's why he put me in Hapkido.
They kind of stole the first guy's story about his dad. But I feel like that's a thing. Like, so many people in martial arts just do it because their parents got them into it. That's not the case for me, but I know a lot of people that's what they did.
I loved MMA and the UFC. I want to have a better understanding of it, so I got into jiu-jitsu.
Dude, this guy just said the exact backstory of every jiu-jitsu person ever. I'm surprised he didn't also drop Joe Rogan in there, because literally like 90% of the people you meet at a jiu-jitsu class, you're like, oh, like, why'd you start training? Oh, I liked MMA, you know, I watched UFC and some of the crazy arm bars and chokes, you know, I just had to try it out. Or it has something to do with Joe Rogan. They were watching Joe Rogan, and he always talks about how amazing jiu-jitsu is for people that want to get into martial arts, learn about self-defense, and I feel like that's most people. So wait, what does this mean? Followers vote who is the mole. Okay, so 31% think this girl, second from the right. Wow, only 5% said the girl with the white dress. I was kind of thinking her, I don't know why. Okay, here, I'll make my guess now, early on, after not knowing anything, and see if I can wind it down. But just off the bat, I'm just randomly gonna pick the guy on the far left. I don't know, something about him. I just feel like he was lying. And then I'll also pick... Okay, I don't have a second pick right now. Let's just go with one. Oh,
a little too specific
she's
with
with
the
me.
lamp story, which is kind of a dead giveaway when people are lying.
Those Taekwondo gis are a lot different. They don't go like all the way down. You just have to like
because the way he was like
slide yourself into it and put your head through the hole. Interesting.
I'm gonna talk fighting games with you later.
This is round 2, the martial arts round. You will each have
Ooh.
about 30 seconds to demonstrate your martial arts.
These
and
guys are
prove to
geared
the
up,
others
man.
that you are a black belt.
I'm not gonna throw it, don't worry.
Okay, all right.
Damn, she's got a sword. That's crazy. See, like, you can't just do this if you're not, like, a trained martial artist. Oh my gosh, he threw it around her body. Did you hear that? Did she say os? That's a dead giveaway. She does martial arts. I think she's a black belt. Yeah, I mean, like, how could you say, like, I don't know. The only way she could not be a black belt is if she's, like, a brown belt. Are they allowed to do that? Is that a technicality? I feel like one of them just doesn't train in general, which would be, like, way cooler.
That was so bad, I'm sorry.
Another thing, just, like, martial artists are so hard on themselves. Okay, I'm sorry, but this looks like it could be somewhat made up. Like, let's just go on a little rant here for a second. So if your martial art takes less than 10 years to become a black belt in, unless you're like a prodigy, I feel like I'm a little sketched out about. Most of these martial arts are pretty legit. Like Taekwondo for sure is, Jiu-Jitsu for sure is, Hapkido I don't know for sure about, and then what, I can't remember what this one was called, but she's just doing what's called like a kata. It's basically just a dance that you have to memorize to get your next belts. Obviously there's more to it than that, and I do have respect for those like training sessions where you are just kind of drilling by yourself, but I don't know, is it really that great for self-defense? I'm a little bit harder on those martial arts because I don't know, I just feel like there definitely needs to be an aspect of training self-defense in the martial art. So more like sparring sessions and drilling with an actual opponent. I just feel like these solo katas just aren't realistic enough for the self-defense aspect. When I was younger, I actually did karate too, and I only made it to like a yellow belt, like the second one you get. The thing that I really liked about it, I hated the katas, to be honest. It was literally just memorizing these little dances with, I shouldn't call it dances, that's mean. These little performances where you're throwing blocks and kicks and punches, but it was so rigid and so structured in a way that just didn't feel real to me. But then they introduced the sparring sessions once I got to like 2 stripes or something like that, and we were able to put on this gear and actually get into little fights with each other. And the very first day I ever did it, I got lined up against my opponent and they just said go, and they literally had shown us nothing to this point about how to actually defend yourself, how to actually throw a punch. It was all just katas. So I literally just put my hands up, he said go, and I lunged at the guy and just threw my fist out. And I connected right to the kid's nose, and I felt terrible because he just fell to his knees and started crying immediately. And like, we were both like probably 8 or 9 years old at this time. And I knew absolutely nothing. I felt so bad, I just hurt this kid. But low-key, I was a little gassed, you know? I'd won my first fight. And that was karate, and I know that legit karate practitioners are out there. Take Stephen Wonderboy, obviously, he's like the #1 example everyone always gives, where he can legit defend himself. And there's like the whole Karate Combat League now that you know, puts on these amazing fights, and it's not just the point fighting. So obviously there is something real there in karate in terms of self-defense, but for me, when I was little, I just couldn't get into it. And it kind of turned me off of martial arts for a long time. I didn't find jiu-jitsu until probably like 8 years after that. And the first time I stepped into a jiu-jitsu room, you just get thrown right into the fire and you're fighting from your first day. Well, at least I was. I don't know if that's everywhere. And I just fell in love with it. Let's keep going.
She did like Taekwondo, she would do like a lot of kicks and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. That was very basic. Oh, here we go.
Jiu-jitsu is one of the most, it's one of the martial arts that teaches you how to be offensive on the ground. I'm going to teach what's called a triangle choke. And to do a triangle choke, it's a very fundamental process, but you use it from white to black belt.
He showed a jiu-jitsu move and it seemed like very rehearsed, and it was something that anyone could essentially learn that if they went to a couple classes or trained a little bit in jiu-jitsu.
Boom, and I lock up here. And now I have this, my leg go across the neck, pull the head down and pinch my hips up, and that's it. And if he doesn't tap, he goes to sleep in 6 seconds.
I mean, it's just a triangle. It's pretty basic. And like the guy said, it did seem kind of rehearsed, but at the same time, like, it is rehearsed. It's when you're teaching a triangle, especially to people who know nothing about jiu-jitsu, people who are white belts essentially, there's a structure, there's a step-by-step. You know, you start here, take control of the hands, break the posture down, shoot your hips up, and finish it. And like, I don't know, he did have some finishing details. He showed that you pull down on the head, but like anybody who's done jiu-jitsu for, you know, a year would know that. So this is Haikido. Why are they laughing while doing it? I like the sound effects.
Oh, now the hair.
So like this is essentially like a kata, just with another person. I mean, it looked real, but it's just not the same as a real fight. All of these ones with weapons, like I don't think you could go in there and be a fake black belt with weapons. Like that's just too dangerous. She broke something. Karate and Taekwondo. This is some karate shit for sure. Three boards? 4 boards? Oh, he didn't break it. Was he supposed to do it first try? Damn. Low-key, that probably took like 5 tries and they just cut it to 2.
Even though it's super impressive. I have a lot of
What?
friends that have
He's
learned how to
guessing her
staff
with the
spin,
fucking
saber
sword?
spin. They're stunt actors, but they're not black belts.
I mean, if she's faking it,
Demonstration.
that's
And he
crazy.
even used
That's
the word-
impressive.
Everyone uses this from white belt all the way up to black belt. Did I think he did jujitsu? Absolutely. Did I think he was a black
Yeah, that's true. Everybody else tried to really like go nuts and show something that seemed high level. So for him to just show basic triangles is disappointing.
You're ready,
I still think it's the
Captain
girl on the
Paul.
left, though.
End the
That's
game
my
now,
second
but
guess,
if
by the way.
majority has doubt, the game will continue. Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game.
Because I have respect for you. I am the mole.
Huh? What?
I am not a black belt. Not
What?
yet. But I want to be. And I don't feel comfortable deceiving any of you guys.
Oh my god,
You guys
dude.
are fantastic. And I can't lie. I can't.
This is some old school
I
stuff right
humbly
here.
apologize.
You guys still have 4 minutes.
He sort of ruined the game though. Like that's not even fun. Like, okay, cool, you have like great morals.
That's what I was
I haven't done it.
And like you learn that through martial arts, but like, you see how the mood changed? Like they're all hyped now because they know they're about to win this money because this guy just blew it.
2019. I was a smoker and a drinker through my 20s, and I needed to turn my life around. And
You know, that's cool. Respect to him. Like a lot of people go to martial arts and find martial arts where they're at a low moment, and that's pretty cool.
I wanted to be honest.
But like, don't ruin the game,
I
bro.
felt it here. This game is fun, and I didn't mean to just, just give up, but
They don't care. They're getting the money.
you guys are so good, and you inspire me, and I can't lie to the people who inspire me.
I guess respect. Imagine they just didn't vote Keith. They're like, nah, I still think that Adriano was a little sketchy.
Again, we do have 2 more.
If they ended here,
So
it's like,
please
it was
raise
kind
your
of a
hand
short
if you
video.
want
How
to continue
much is
playing the
left?
game.
Okay, they're still gonna keep going.
Starting now, for every time.
That means the mole's probably
you
still
vote
in it.
someone
You would want to
else
keep
to
going
the
so you can
ball,
get people out, right?
Prize money will be reduced.
Or no, you want it to end,
The
because then you win.
Honestly, I could never even do a side kick.
The form was like a very basic kind of color belt form, because, and in Taekwondo,
Oh,
like
in my studio, it's second degree.
Wait, what's your style though?
My style? Oh shoot! Like honestly, like
your
it was never explained to me. It was never as good as.
No.
I feel like I could do a side kick.
As long as you can. It's like muscle.
And I don't.
Okay.
good.
Okay, yeah, she did it. That's what I thought it was.
So the biggest thing is really just like explaining technique.
Now she's just showing off. She's like,
There's people that it's just like it's not to be like offensive
Yeah, of
or
course,
anything.
no.
It's
She
just,
doesn't know
you
her
what I
own
mean? It's just
style,
things that, like,
which
that we
is-
think of.
Yeah, no,
don't
it's
know.
like pinpointing them out and like.
It's like, how do you go to class every day and just not ask what you're learning?
We caught Andre and Keith, and like the guys, I thought they were the moles. You know, we're all.
She's just
professional in a
backtracking now.
sense.
It's her. It's gotta be her. They're gonna end it after this. I feel like they
Martial
won.
arts style she did, and she like stuttered and she didn't know, and I was like, isn't that why we're here?
These girls are so confident too, like the 3 that are voting Jessica out. And I feel like that's a sign of a black belt. They're just very, they're just presenting themselves very confidently and speaking as if they teach even. which, you know, typically black belts do.
Hey! Okay, they got it.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, it was clear. It was clear.
Good job. Real black belt.
That's sweet. Now they want to split it 3 ways.
Both, please step forward and reveal yourselves in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I got one right. And then the second one exposed himself, so I would have got that right too. Oh, that sucks for the girl that got voted out at the end.
My dad was a black belt, and when we were
She just didn't know her form. Like, how do you not know your form going into this competition? Like, I would literally be like studying more to make sure I can prove that I'm a black belt.
It was yes. I don't like his
Man, the jiu-jitsu guy, like, I can't believe he didn't stay in. I mean, I'm not a black belt, a blue belt, as you know. And I'm just trying to think what I would show. I have no idea what I would show. It's hard to prove it because a lot of times, even the best black belts are just amazing at fundamentals. If you take like one of the greatest black belts of all time, Roger Gracie, he's a guy that just stuck to the fundamentals completely. Yeah, I don't know how you would show it off, really. He picked the triangle and paid for it. He's throwing punches like a boxer.
Yeah, I do have Dude, I want to see his demo. Yeah. Hey!
Yo! That's self-taught. Some Nate Diaz stuff. That's impressive. So yeah, the jiu-jitsu guy was right. Like, you can be self-taught with weapon stuff and just fake it till you make it.
Hey!
I would have said he's legit, 100%. Dude, the splits?
That is the end of the game. And
Even his gi looks kind of fake, though. It's probably just new.
It doesn't matter what age you are, what body size you are. Anyone can become a black belt as long as you put the work.
That's a really crazy thing. Like, all of these people looked pretty unassuming. Obviously, when you actually like probe them and ask them, they can kind of show you things that prove that they're black belts. You never know out there who you're running into that could be a highly trained killer. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you were able to spot the fake black belt. And I guess a question that I have is, I'm assuming mostly jiu-jitsu people are going to be watching this. So my question is, if you were a jiu-jitsu black belt, or if you are a jiu-jitsu black belt, what moves would you demonstrate? What would you show to prove that you're a black belt? Because clearly the triangle didn't work, and I can't come up with anything. Maybe I would just do something crazy like, I don't know, a throw into a sweep, into a pass, into submission. Like a whole sequence like that instead of just breaking down one simple move. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.